Okay, episode 2. We're in the live mode now. Welcome back to Sanriella Island. And as you saw in the time lapse, we got an awful lot done here in laying out our very first residential area and the very first. We did an interchange over there, but this is the first interchange that's really going to carry a lot of people to a particular destination. This one is just an interchange so that they can get from one highway to the other. So this one now, and I made it kind of big because my plan is this is going to be pretty heavily used. So I wanted a lot of room for traffic stacking on the off ramps, and I wanted a lot of capacity to go over this bridge because there is going to be stuff over here too, and we'll talk about that a little bit. So my plan in this live mode here, first thing I want to do is actually drop down some residential zones so we can see the very first Sanriella Island residents moving into town. And then I want to do a little bit of planning because, of course, as soon as we get some residents moving in, we're going to have to start talking about some industrial and some commercial. And I'd love to do, there's a couple things I'd love to do. I'd love to do a nice not a huge one, but a good size industrial park that I think can serve most of the people who are moving in to these neighborhoods. And I would also love to do a shopping center, shopping plaza, kind of, one of the typical suburban edge kind of shopping places that's basically a sea of parking and, stores around it. Maybe we'll throw some other things in there. I've got some really cool ideas, and there's a lot of great stuff in the workshop that we can plop as with Rico. We can plop some really cool stuff in there. But first, let's go ahead and see what we can do for getting some residents here. And we've got power over in this corner. So I think we're going to start there, and I think you saw in the time lapse how we pretty much laid out all of the um, utilities, and you also saw the district designation that we gave this, and we did a theme. Oh, look at that. Houses popping up already. It's exciting stuff. You saw the district theme that we laid on this. We're going to do kind of an American eclectic theme, which is available in the Steam Workshop. And again, it's very single family housing, suburban, and we're going to give them nice big lots here. I'm doing mostly 3x3s. We'll do some 2x2s and some 2x3s. Might do some bigger ones too. Let's pop this one a little bit bigger, and this one like that. And I'm just going to keep dropping these all over the place until we get, a couple hundred or so of our first residents moving into town. I'm going to stay away from the zoning anything on this traffic circle just yet. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do around that, so I don't want to gum it up with a bunch of houses or zones or anything just yet. We're going to leave it be. I apologize for my voice, by the way. A little bit raspy today. There we go. Well, we'll leave that one like that. Happy accident, we'll call it. And we're here, we'll do that. Actually, I'm going to give it one more. And we're here like this. Come around here like that. We'll do this. Leave some space. I love the spaces that end up in between these houses. We're going to utilize those, so I want to leave space. Just like that's good enough. Here, here, here. And you see the demand has really fallen off, and industrial and commercial are starting to soar. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. I don't want to overdo it for right now. We're just getting started. So I think that's pretty good. Let's take a look and see. So we've got a couple houses that are built already. These 2x2 lots, and American eclectic ones, you always get these construction zones first. So that's what we've got. And we got some cars moving. Let's take a look and see what the interchange looks like. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Get over here. I don't see anybody coming yet. There's cars zipping around the neighborhood, but oh, there's one. Yeah, cars are coming through. Utilizing this interchange. It's a huge interchange. It really is. And there's a lot of detailing I want to do on this too. We're going to add some more striping. Some guardrails are probably in order, especially over here. As you can see, if you take a look at this highway, the elevation changes on it are pretty dramatic. And I think in a real world scenario, guardrails would absolutely be critical on this. So we're definitely gonna have to throw down some guardrails on this. But that'll be in a future episode. I also, while I'm looking at this, I think we can take out some of these trees here. Yeah. Let's go for a brush. That's a little too big. And let's just kind of go right down the median. I don't know why that one was being so stubborn, but it doesn't want to move. All right. And take these out. Okay. You know what? I don't like those either. Too close to the highway. Come on. Some of these trees are really stubborn. They really don't want to. They really don't want to die. I can't say I blame them, I suppose. But all right. Okay. That's a little bit better. Go through off camera and start to and make a lot of those changes. So already we're seeing some demand. We've got some crime issues. They want police officers. Can't say that I blame them. We're going to pause that for right now, though, because we are going to take on some other issues at the moment. So, two things we want to add in the very near future: a shopping center and an industrial park. Now, I also would love to add a pretty good size like apartment complex. Get some higher density sort of edge of urban living. I don't know where exactly to do that. I was thinking maybe in this the gap that's left here, just kind of line some stuff up. But it doesn't, I don't know, it's going to be a very oddly shaped area if you use the highway as the boundary on one side and these roads. Excuse me, plus I don't know that I want to come across the highway over here just yet. I'd like to maybe keep it over here. So this road coming through certainly doesn't have to stay, and it can also be modified. And I was thinking of teeing it off like this, or maybe at angles like that. And inside this new lot that would exist kind of in this shape, doing the industrial park. So it really is a good place for it because you have quick and easy access right back onto the highway. And again, most of the trucks are going to be coming here, pop this left, pop this left. Now, ultimately, you don't want big trucks like that taking a left when you're doing real transportation planning. The left turn is the bane of every transportation planner's existence. So you want to try to avoid that. But I think since this isn't going to be a massive industrial park, it's just going to be enough to kind of serve the people who move in here. I think we can manage the traffic well enough, and I don't think the truck traffic will be so drastic that that's going to cause a problem. So I kind of like that idea, but that takes up this whole chunk of area. It doesn't leave me much room for the shopping center I want to do or the apartment complex. So still trying to figure that out. That apartment complex, it can be a little, I don't know. It can be a little bit on the smaller side, like maybe in here it could fit. And we can always do, instead of I always do that. I always zoom out way too much. Get a itchy itchy trigger finger on the scroll wheel here and just fire it way out into outer space. I think we can also do something kind of like right in here for apartments maybe. And again, we don't have to do a big shopping center. I mean, we can kind of, if we go like that and do the apartment, the industrial park over here, we can have enough room in here for some basic stores and along here too. But again, that would add a lot of traffic demand on this one little stretch of road right here. So we got to be careful about that too. We don't want to start making traffic the biggest problem in our city when we've only got, right now we've got 145 people. So I think that's where we're headed in the future, just kind of talking this out. I think that apartment area is best served sort of right over here. And even though, you know, if we were talking, again, if we were really talking about transportation planning, you know, having the industrial park linked to this road would mean right turn, and then a left turn to get out of the city. That takes, or get off the island. That's a much better transportation plan for large trucks than making them go left turn, left turn, left turn. 3 left turns is a real problem. But I don't know. I'll consider that, but I'm leaning now just because of the way that the space is laid out and how much space I think I need for each of those projects. I think I'm leaning towards doing it that way. For now, our citizens are clearly in need of some services. We're having major crime issues. Why don't we go ahead and drop a police station here? Let's pick one that's nice. This one's really nice. This one's also kind of nice, though. This one as well. We've got options here for police stations. That's nice to have. That one's kind of big. That one's not bad either. This one seems almost a little more rural than I'm going for. I mean, this is a suburban area, but it's not completely out there. And this one seems a little modern and urban for what I'm going for. So I think we're going to pick this one. And I think the best place to drop it would probably be right here. Yeah, we're going to drop it over here, and if I can get it, there we go. That's what I want. Just like that. And just because I know it's going to come up, well, you know what, we're going to wait on the fire. But there, we've got a police station. So I think that is the plan. Let's turn this off. And we're having also a lot of flashing, a lot of color changing. I'm not sure what's up with that, but it just seems to be what's happening right now. So we're gonna go ahead and while I've got you here on live, let's go ahead and get started on this. I really like the idea of the industrial park fitting into this space. It just seems to make sense. So we're gonna get started on it right away. And I want to do an angle. There's 90. I could do 135. But that seems a little steep. Let's bring it down a little bit. Again, the goal is to get a good amount of room here. 125 should do. And now, maybe 90. I don't need need that much. This. No. 90. Okay. All right, now that's the start of our industrial park. And I think that gives us a good amount of room. And it gives us this distance from, you know, where the residences are going to be, where the homes are going to be. Oh, of course, you need to give the police officers some power. Not like physical power, but like electricity is all I meant by that. They already have authority, of course. All right, so now they're doing their thing. So that's sort of the start of our industrial park, and how we choose to lay these internal streets, I really don't know. I'll figure that out. But I like where that's at right now. And then over here, being able to put some fencing in around here like this, and have an entrance here and an entrance off the main road into, actually maybe I don't know, I don't want to do too many curb cuts on this road, but maybe we'll do one in here to figure out whether or not we want one there. Yeah. So I think that's going to be nice. So I think that's going to be all for this episode. I think in the episode 3, we'll get started on laying out this industrial park and maybe also the apartment complex, and somewhere we got to figure out how to do some commercial. Maybe that's across the highway. Maybe that's over here. We create something over there. We do a road off of this and create a big shopper's paradise over there, big retail something or other. I don't know. I think that's probably it, because quite frankly, on this side of the highway, I don't see that we have a ton of I don't know that I want to spend space over here doing that. But those are decisions to be made in the future. We will be back for episode 3, and we'll do some of those things. In the meantime, I want to thank you all very much for tuning in again to whatever's happening over here in Sanriella Island. I'm glad you're interested. Please be sure to click the like button if you like this video, and be sure to hit subscribe so that you can be on top of whenever new videos come out. Comment if you have some ideas on laying out in the future, whether we should lay out apartment complex here, there, industrial park, where we should put some retail and some commercial, because we're going to have to give that to these new Sanriella citizens. Be interested in hearing your thoughts, so please share them. But for now, this is your boy Ferris signing off. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.